NK Amin, thank you for speaking to Republic TV once again. Now, looking at the responses that are coming in, a lot of anger, Mr. Amin, a lot of anger, because for years we've seen how these two encounters, especially Batla and Ishrat Jahan encounter, were used for politics. Today, when you look at your other three colleagues who are discharged, what are the thoughts that run through your mind?
It's a long chronology, Niranjan. Since 2012-13, that after 7-8 years, the encounter case was opened by the then political rulers, and it was declared as a fake encounter. I welcome today's verdict that court has not only vindicated our stand as a law-abiding police officer, but court has sent a clear message to the group of people, may they be politician, may they be sympathizer of the so-called victim, that please do not enter into the arena of the truthful act of the police in the protection or a defense of a national cause. So this is a message to a political group. I feel it very glad that my three colleagues have been discharged today. They fought a war. We all together fought a war for several 10 years. The court battles are not easy, that you know. Their family suffered. Their relatives suffered. They got the social economic setback. We got the setback in our own career, that we, having been educated police officer, expertise and expert in some fields, were devoid of a long years of services, having been re-incarcerated. So this incarceration damaged us, but ultimately we are the bravos and we stood brave, and the truth prevailed, and truth is always there and we will follow it. That is the verdict, today's verdict. I welcome it. My heartiest congratulations to my officer, my team, and my Gujarat Police organization.
The attempt, because you look at the, we've reported about this in the past as well, Mr. Amin. It was reported, it was a matter of fact that the NIA, now in the past we know what David Coleman Headley, there were several proofs, right, that substantiated that Ishrat was a terrorist. There was the David Coleman Headley's claim, and there was a publication, Lashkar itself claiming ownership. And then you had an affidavit filed by the then government, the then Congress government, which was later changed for, conveniently, and we saw the circumstances under which that happened. What do you think was the ulterior motive of everyone who tried to downplay the fact that she was a terrorist?
See, first of all, the ulterior motive was amongst the disgruntled elements within the police and outside the police. If you look at original FIR and investigation, Niranjan, I reiterate that that investigation, even by the Honorable Gujarat High Court, was not put aside in a dustbin. That investigation prevailed. The CBI investigation was in furtherance to that. And if you examine the record of the investigation, 75% of the facts, what we investigated after the encounter, the team led by the then IPS officer, Mrs. Parikshita Gurjar Rathod, was ditto taken by CBI. What statement we record in Jammu and Kashmir and Lucknow were ditto given by those witnesses even in the court in 164. So there was no discrepancy in our investigation and the CBI investigation. Secondly, CBI sleuth who were under influence of the sympathizer of the so-called victims, like the then very master officer of the Gujarat police. What they did is, I will give you one example. And now when the final verdict has come, it is my duty as a citizen of India, it is my duty as an ex-cop, and it is my duty as a victim then to reveal the truth. The distance where the encounter occurred, the distance of that spot from my end, from where I was moving behind the terrorist, was 5 kilometers. And from where Singhal, who is exonerated now today, from single spot it was 2.5 kilometers. So you can imagine that Singhal was in position to reach the spot earlier. Our original FIR says he reached earlier. He took the position in the bushes there behind the trees, and I and the terrorist car reached there 2.5 minutes late. One of the investigators who claimed to be a chief investigator, he put the version, and in a new FIR, he changed the FIR. He reduced the distance by 2.5. The second example, that in all throughout the charge sheet, my weapon had not fired. It is the CBI charge sheet.
Yeah.
It is the FSL report in 2010 itself that my pistol by FSL examination was a virgin pistol. However, it is surprising till today that as an investigator, what proof they had that they booked me in 2013 for the alleged murder. So the investigation was tampered, evidence was tampered with, and even the movement of the terrorists, which was originally graphical movement as per their mobile records and everything, the digital evidence of those route was also changed. So ab initio, the investigation was false and fabricated. That was my plea before Honorable Supreme Court in 2013 August itself, that my fundamental rights and the other accused fundamental right are at jeopardy and the investigation shall be stopped. Honorable Supreme Court was pleased to hear my plea, and Mr. Harish Salve appeared for us, and ultimately all the truth in that petition came out, which subsequently led to the bail of the accused. Otherwise, nobody was ready to give us a bail.
Yeah. You know, Mr. Amin, I'll just, sum this up by repeating that point that you made. It's not just about the injustice, but targeting the men in uniform, and for over 17, 18 years now, the kind of trauma that not just these policemen, but also their families have had to go through, your families have had to go through. It's sad to say the least. Yeah. Yeah.
Niranjan, the trauma cannot be described in words,
Yeah.
It is an individual and perception and mass as a team.
Yeah.
When I reiterate, the officer
Yeah.
who is exonerated today, he suffered the biggest loss of his life, which is very irreversible. Even God can't help in that loss. I will not name, but he suffered a lot because there was a trauma, there was a mental pain and agony, and a suppression and depression and very, very compressed attitude in the family.
Yeah.
And the man, he was not in prison. We were in prison. So we were understanding and we were waiting for a judicial verdict.
Yeah.
But that officer was not in prison. He was facing every pressure. And ultimately, the pressure over the officer, pressure over the organization.
Yes.
Again, it is a vicious cycle. The pressure will go to family.
Yeah.
The attitude of the officer while he is in his routine of family would be changed. The family will again under the pressure. And I should not hesitate to tell that the losses we suffered, that some of us lost their children's.
Sorry to hear that, Mr. Amin. Sorry to hear that. And let me tell you, we've reported on this case and we know the facts of the case. And I think everyone who's been following the story, the entire country, except for a small section that try to politicize this, knows the truth about what happened in the Ishrat Jahan case. Thank you, Mr. Amin. Look forward to speaking to you once again today. We'll get you on our show.
Thank you,
once again.
Niranjan.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Mr. Amin. Thank you and
Thank you,
congratulations
Jai
once
Hind.
again. Thank you. Thank you so much.